You sent the request on YouTube, D? We about to get started, y'all. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right. Appreciate the gifts, y'all. Gifts. I was gonna tell y'all, I got a nice little payout from TikTok the other week. Last week. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was the week before. One of them. Yeah, I got like $144. So I just wanted to tell y'all.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I had got the little notification. I said, what the fuck? So yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all I appreciate that. I don't know when that happened or how, who did it, who donated, but appreciate y'all. That was really, really nice of y'all. Never got a payout that high from TikTok. I think the most I ever seen was like maybe $30 or something. So seeing that 144 felt good. I was like, okay, maybe I need to ask for gifts more often. Maybe I need
TikTok
to
wasn't even
cover my groceries. That was really, really nice of y'all. Seriously, I really appreciate that.
TikTok wasn't even paying you for like the videos.
No, TikTok don't pay me nothing. I don't get paid shit on here. No.
Yeah.
YouTube is doing better than TikTok, and we just got on here. We've been coming up here for years. So that definitely is a motivator, guys. Me and D being compensated for coming on lives is definitely makes this, a little bit more worth our time. Coming up here. Like, we don't mind helping and educating, but being compensated does help because D got kids. I mean, he got more responsibility than I do, but just putting that out there. But let's
So
see. All right, we in here. All right. So we do stuff. We do got stuff to go over. So hold on. We got to talk about these record labels. D got an article on that from Bloomberg about record labels in talks to license music to AI firms. UDO and Suno. I think I'm saying that correct. We're gonna
I
go
think
over
it's
that.
soon now. I think
We
it's
got
soon now.
we got to talk about meme coin investors. Should not be looking to the SEC for protection. Yeah, y'all. Listen, y'all. I know it was a scam coin going around with Zebek. And we had already warned y'all about this individual. I'm not even gonna call his name out. If you know, you know. We had already warned y'all about this individual like a year ago when he was flooding XRP. Then this year, what? This year he came back and reneged on it, and all of a sudden he like XRP, and then he turned around and got into Zebek. Listen, I had warned y'all about that dude. I've been told y'all you could not be trusted. Energy don't lie. So yeah, y'all be careful with that. With the
Damn.
and yeah, I mean, if you getting in meme coins, you getting in meme coins at your own risk. You can't blame nobody but yourself when you get in meme coins. You can't blame me, D. You can't blame no creator. You can't blame the SEC or the president when you get involved in the meme coin. That is your motherfucking fault. You're an adult. Act like it.
Yeah, yeah. Like you already know these meme coins is what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like they are what they are. I'm gonna send you another article because that article is they want you to pay. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying about the
Oh
record
yeah,
label.
yeah. I was gonna tell you that. I see that. And then we
Yeah.
also gonna talk about the Genius Act. We're gonna go over that too. Let me subscribe to that little skip. Dang. Okay, maybe later. Damn. Okay, so the Genius Act negotiations heat up in the Senate ahead of potential vote. So I think potentially they may be voting on the Genius Act this week. Hopefully so. They need to go ahead and get this. This should have been passed like a month ago, bro. Like, this is I'm getting annoyed, bro. And this is why specifically I call out Democrats. I don't like Republicans either. But this is specifically why Democrats get called out the way they do. Like, because they the ones holding this shit up. This shit is terrible. Um, and then
Yeah,
we
it
go.
shouldn't be held up this long. It shouldn't be held up this long.
Yeah, like they're literally stifling innovation, bro. And it's all because they just don't like Trump. So they literally not letting y'all come up on your investments when people desperately need it. This ain't even about getting rich. This is just about people surviving, and people probably need. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first time I feel like investors need this bread because we like the economy is so bad, inflation is so bad. People need this come up, and they're holding it up. Like we're in desperate measures right now, and these Democrats don't give a fuck about none of that. They don't care. They like, nah, we don't like Trump, so we're not gonna let him look like he did a great thing. So we're just gonna blah blah blah. Like, it's just crazy, bro. So yeah, and then we're gonna talk about Coinbase. They're saying FTX repayments could become a $5 billion market injection. with FTX repayments, because I think those people gonna start getting their bread back. And then we're gonna talk about Jamie Dimon. He casts his doubt on the U.S. dollar as global reserve currency because he know what time it is.
Jamie,
He's stable.
Jamie talking. Jamie talking.
Yeah,
Once again,
yeah.
politics. Politicians don't give a nah. They only care about the bag. That's it.
Exactly, exactly. It's just this time specifically about this specific bill. I don't like any politicians. I tell my nieces and nephews that shit all the time. I don't like no politicians. It's just specifically this Genius Act is being held up specifically because of Democrats. It's literally the Democrats for
Mm.
this specific bill, just for this specific topic on the Genius Act and where we are with this bill and why it's being held up is specifically because of Democrats. Democrats are literally the ones that held this bill up. That's why I called him out like that. But yeah, I don't care about any of the politicians on either side. So, um, but
Yeah. Whoever signing it through, I don't care. Just
yeah,
sign it through.
just fucking sign it, bro. So yeah, I guess we'll go over just to go ahead and get it out of the way. We'll go over the Genius Act negotiations first. So let me actually share this screen on YouTube, and then we'll get into the other stuff. Or actually, we'll say that for last. Let's actually talk about. You want to start out with Jamie Dimon?
Oh, okay. Okay. I
We'll
sent you another article too about the music industry.
Okay, we'll do
Um,
that one next. So let me share my screen before you get started. Hold on. All right, there we go.
Jamie,
Y'all should be able to see.
Jamie Dimon cast doubt on the U.S. dollar as the global reserve currency. So at the Reagan National Economic Forum in California, which was on May 29th to the 30th, JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, if you don't know who it is, Jamie Dimon is the CEO. He's been a CEO for a while. Cast a warning about the future of the US dollar's dominance as the world reserve currency. While acknowledging China as a potential threat, Dimon stressed that the real danger comes from within the United States. So let's see what he said. He said China is a potential adversary. They're doing a lot of things well. They have a lot of problems. What I'm really worried about is us, talking about the United States. Can we get our own act together, our own values, our own capabilities, our own management? Wow. So he also remarks, these remarks reflect growing concerns over the U.S. fiscal and political management. He warned that excessive government spending and aggressive quantitative easing, QE, by the Federal Reserve has set the stage for potential crisis in the bond market. Damn. So a crack in the bond market is going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to be a crisis in 6 months or 6 years. And I'm hoping that we change both the trajectory of the debt and the ability of the market makers to make markets. Unfortunately, it may be the thing that we need to wake us up. So basically he's saying like we may need all of this chaos to move forward. And he
Mm-hmm.
also said, considering the accumulation of factors that are bordering on the extreme, I don't believe that we can forecast the outcomes accurately. The likelihood of inflation rising along with stagflation seems higher than many anticipate. And then he also added that U.S. trading partners increasingly seek alternative agreements with other countries, potentially accelerating a trend away from the dollar, away, not towards the dollar, away from the dollar.
Yeah.
So this is huge because Diamond's comments resonated beyond the financial sector. Elon Musk, he said the initiative to reduce wasteful government spending. He reposted a clip of his remarks on social media. He reposted Jamie Dimon's comments on social media. So I guess that he agrees with Jamie Dimon. And he said, and it also says the implications could be profound if the dollar were to lose its reserve currency status. The U.S. would likely face higher borrowing costs, and a global financial system could enter a period of instability. Ooh, do we need instability for the new system?
Yep.
Maybe so. Countries seeking alternatives to the dollar, such as China, Russia, could gain greater influence in international trade and finance. You already know China and Russia work together. First of all, everybody's working together. Second of all, we're going to eventually have to take the back seat to what they're doing over there in the Far East. Because Ray Dalio told us, what was it, 3 years ago, about the changing world order. So it makes sense that Jamie Dimon is talking about China because Ray Dalio was talking about China 3, 4 years ago about them being next up. So, fam, it's happening. Um, but also, y'all remember last week that JD Vance strongly backed stable coins, describing them as the force multiplier for the U.S. economic power, emphasizing that the current administration does not view them as a threat to the integrity of the U.S. dollar. So Diamond also acknowledged the resilience of the U.S. economy while insisting that the current movement is critical. He urged policymakers to address issues such as regulation, taxation, immigration, education, healthcare, and to maintain key military alliances. Without urgent action to address the internal challenges, he warned, the dollar's preeminence could be at risk, with far-reaching consequences for the U.S. and the global economy. Big coming out of the JP Morgan CEO.
Yep. So I don't trust Jamie Dimon farther than I could spit, but but in this one he's correct. In this article, I think this is a warning. This kind of sounds like a warning article, kind
Oh
of,
yeah, yeah,
depending on your perspective. But this kind of sounds like a warning. It sounds like he's warning everybody
yep,
or giving
yep.
them a heads up.
Definitely a warning shot. Definitely a warning shot.
Yeah, because he said that this current moment is critical, and then him urging policymakers to address these issues such as regulation, taxation, immigration, education, and healthcare, and to maintain key military alliances. So, what's he getting at? You know what I'm saying? So you
Mm-hmm,
gotta kind of pay attention to the vocabulary here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he is sending a warning out. I don't trust him though. I mean he's a scammer just like the rest of them. But yeah, he could definitely be sending a warning out though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or
So
you know, that's funny because I don't trust Jamie
when
Dot.
he supposed to retire too? When he supposed to retire? I thought he
Child,
was supposed to retire.
child, I guess it's supposed to be the next 5 years or something. I don't know.
He been the CEO since 2005. So he's been the CEO for 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know when he plans to step down, but I'm thinking it'll be it's definitely gonna be the next 5 years. Shout out to Daniel for the super chat over here on YouTube. He said Block Nation, rest in peace to the Knicks. Back to the crypto news.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
look, hey, it is what it is. But shout out to the Knicks because they made it further than they normally do.
Yeah, yes.
Made it further than normal. I'm like, we just be happy to see them in the damn playoffs.
Word up, word
Shout
up,
out to
word
the
up.
Knicks.
Shout
We
out
get
to the
better
Knicks.
every season. So hopefully y'all
They,
add an addition to the team so y'all can get past this
yeah.
hump next year.
Carl
Um,
Anthony Towns need to play some fucking defense, man. But that's another
it's a whole nother
whatever,
topic.
whatever.
But also, I do want to call this out or this comment on YouTube. Please ignore this comment talking about the Zebeshian uh token on Phantom. That shit ain't got nothing to do with Zbet. I heard that's a rug pull. Don't get involved in that shit. I don't even know why y'all trying to promote that shit over here. Y'all know damn well I don't fuck with the nigga who promoting it. Yeah, but but I think he already rug pulled it. So y'all be careful with that. Be careful with all meme coins. Be careful with all meme coins, but
Yeah.
definitely don't buy that shit. Um,
Yeah, I don't know what that is,
yeah,
fam.
like niggas sitting here telling you it's a rug pull. Do not get involved in that. But but yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll move on
Oh,
to the next article. You
oh
said
yeah, we also did a deep dive on Zbeck. It's on YouTube for our members, and I'll put it in the Telegram too.
yeah, it'll be in the Telegram. But yeah, for the members that's on YouTube, we did it's a new deep dive video up. Oh, okay, I see the article right here.
Was
Yeah.
the music industry. All right, so
Which one are
remember
you talking about? Who? First
remember
of all, hold on. First of all, the all caps. Who you yelling at? I said Zebeshian.
which
However
one
you,
are you talking about?
yeah. Who are you talking to? First of all, but it's called Zebeshian. How's it spelled? It don't matter. Don't buy that shit. It don't matter. Zebeshian on Phantom Wallet. Don't buy that shit. It's a rug pull, guys. It's a rug pull. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, it's all good. No, we just try to make sure you cover your own ass, fam. Like we don't want you to be like, oh man, y'all told me about this and it was a rug pull. No, we did not.
Yeah,
We talked about ZBEC. What's the ticker? ZBNC?
ZBCN.
ZBCN. ZBCN. There you go. There you go. All right, so AI music copyright, Suno, Udio, labels, and licensing talks. Remember for the past couple years where you had Dr. Dre, Future, I think recently Justin Bieber, like they was all like selling their music.
I did see that. I did see that. Hold on, I gotta address one more comment because that was I seen it after you started talking. Um, I don't know who I ain't heard nothing about people state Zebek coming up missing. I did hear it was a fake Zebek site. Um, so that
Oh
might be
damn.
yeah. The scammers gonna scam. That's why y'all have to be careful. Y'all got to be careful. I heard it was a fake site up or something. I did see that on X. So I don't know how true that is, but other than that, I haven't heard about people Zebek coming up missing. But y'all be careful. But
Please,
yeah,
please don't get scammed, y'all. I'm about to put the real deep dive of Zebek in the Telegram right now, so you guys can go look for yourself if you're still confused about any of this stuff. We got a deep dive section, right?
yeah.
See
Or you could
here.
just send it after the live. Don't worry about it right now.
All right,
I don't know
all
the
right.
name of it. I can't look right now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
All right,
definitely
so
talk about this AI music because this is huge. Especially if you into music, you definitely need to listen up.
yeah, yeah. So it says major record labels. Cause oh yeah, yeah. I was saying like how all these artists been selling their music over the past couple of years, and we know it was for a reason. We knew it was for a reason, but we just didn't. We couldn't put our finger on it. We knew that a lot of them were selling their rights away because they were just like whatever. They're gonna let it go because they're going to be using it for other mediums. So this is what we're talking about. Major record labels are in a critical discussion with AI music startups Suno and Udio to license their extensive music libraries, a development that could easily significantly alter the music industry's approach to AI. So this move was reported by Bloomberg, involves Universal Music Group, Warner Music, and Sony Music Entertainment. The talks aim to forge a compensation framework for artists and could also see the labels acquiring small equity stakes in AI firms. So basically, they're going to be licensing the music out to AI firms. These negotiations carry substantial weight, potentially resolving the contentious copyright infringement lawsuits against Suno and Udio. I guess they facing a lot of lawsuits given that they're able to produce music and they're able to use certain artists or certain artists music or their voices or stuff like that to reproduce content, right? And by the RIAA, which is the Recording Industry Association of America. Those are the guys that pretty much declare if you go gold or platinum or multi-platinum, the RIAA. So this was back last year in June of 2024. So for a broader music ecosystem, a successful outcome could herald more collaborative and legally sound era for AI generated music, addressing widespread concerns about unauthorized use of copyrighted material. However, the discussions are reportedly ongoing and could still face setbacks, according to Bloomberg's sources. As of June 1st, which was yesterday, neither the AI companies nor major labels have issued official statements regarding these licensing talks. I guess somebody found out that they was in talks right now. It got leaked out because nobody has came out and said anything officially. But how you feel about this?
Oh, I'm ready for it because I got a lot of friends and family who do music, so I think that this is great for the music industry because I'm sick of the gatekeepers. We miss. I mean, we this is needed. So I'm fucking with it.
Okay, okay.
I'm fucking with it to be honest.
So what she's saying is if you're an artist, if you're an artist, you can get it popping right now. You don't need a traditional album rollout. You don't need none of that. All you need is the phone, Wi-Fi, and probably a computer. And that's all you need to do is get it popping. And then you could just start producing your own music. You could actually have AI create your beats for you. You literally can have AI create your beats for you. You don't even have to go on Fruity Loops or any of these programs and produce your own beats no more. You could use Suno, Udio, any one of y'all. If y'all got the gumption, if y'all got the courage, y'all could produce music now. Just think about it.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
just just on some bullshit.
yeah, we have social media now, guys. So it's not like it was years ago where you had to go beg the radio to play your track. Like you got social
Right.
media now. Go make some skits, have your song in the background, use the song with the skit, And nigga, that's how like that's literally how Nardo Wick. That's how Nardo Wick got put on. So they used his song on TikTok. That labels weren't playing that shit. That was TikTok that blew that man up. And then
Yo,
yeah, now he is where he is. So a lot of people using that method though. But yeah, you got
wait,
social media now, and
Robert
that's
said
where
I'm a
huh?
Robert said I'm a producer. I'm cooked.
Oh, oh yeah, I
now,
forgot. Yeah, I got some producer
now
family too. I'm yeah, bro. Like,
you,
y'all gotta pivot.
you,
I don't know what y'all could pivot to, but y'all gotta pivot. I don't know if y'all need to own the AI or something.
I will.
I don't
Well, I
know.
will say this. I will say this. The AI can only do but
So
so much,
yeah,
right?
you still gonna need producers because you're still gonna want a human touch.
Right,
Like
right,
because music,
right.
what makes music so powerful is that when it can touch your soul, and AI not gonna be able to do that. And so
No,
y'all are still
never.
gonna be, y'all still have a place in this industry. It's just maybe a little different moving forward. Maybe a little different, but yeah, no, music still gotta touch you. That's the problem with a lot of the music that's out right now. It don't touch you. It's just something for us to hear for a moment and then that's it. But that's what
Yeah,
that's the problem. 'Cause the gatekeepers have created this problem. So now
facts.
y'all people that's out here that's really talented that got looked over. There's so much talent out here that just got looked over the years because they didn't want to go to Diddy parties and participate in the Diddy juice and all that shit and do all that weird shit. They ain't get put on because they weren't willing to do that weird Hollywood shit. So now y'all don't have that excuse no more. Hollywood is dismantled. Hollywood is in shambles. So now
Mm,
it's like y'all can do what y'all want to. This is the beauty of blockchain. We talking about this because all this stuff comes together, bro. This shit is revolutionary. That's why we in crypto. This is revolutionary. Like all this shit. Like it
yes.
makes all this shit possible. So y'all
Like,
better hop on. We got some plays in the Telegram with Tune FM. Y'all better ask the people in the chat.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tune up. Yep, yep. Everything changing. What's good, Sid? I see you. Nah, it's telling them where it's going, but I mean, if you're a musician, you still, like you say, you're gonna have to still have that human touch and stuff like that, and but you're gonna have to understand to use AI though, even if you're a musician. Like don't think that just because you know how to make beats or you know how to songwrite and stuff like that, you could use AI while using your skill sets. Like I'm telling you, it'll help enhance everything because you're gonna have a 12-year-old, making music at the snap of a finger while you sitting over there trying to traditionally do stuff, and you're not gonna be able to keep up at the same rate. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we
Mhm.
telling you, man. Just use that with what you're doing right now, because I know some of you guys definitely make music.
Yeah.
Um,
That's the
but
tech.
yeah, yeah.
Listen, Web3, bro, is gonna pay y'all. Y'all gonna get paid. Y'all ain't gotta worry about paying back no labels because y'all took advances and all this shit. Like everything's is in your hands. So this is
Hmm.
actually awesome. Just learn a new system and adapt, bro. Learn a new system
Hmm.
and adapt and get paid. That's my advice. Ain't no point in sitting around bitching about it. Just
Like,
adapt and get paid, bro.
like,
Um,
like somebody said, that's a business opportunity. Help an artist transition to tune.
yeah,
There you go. There you
exactly.
go.
All right. So the next article we got is that Coinbase article about FTX repayments. So
FTX.
yeah, I can read this one since you did the other two. Um,
Gotcha.
so yeah, Coinbase says FTX repayments could become a $5 billion market injection. So it says Coinbase analysts believe that the $5 billion repayment round initiated by the FTX Recovery Trust could function as a significant injection of liquidity into digital asset markets, potentially influencing trading behavior and asset flows as funds reach affected creditors this week. It
Mm,
says, yeah, that oh damn, this week. Okay. It says the
mhm,
FTS Recovery Trust began distributing more than $5 billion in stable coins on May 30th, launching a long-awaited second round of repayments to creditors affected by the crypto exchange's 2022 collapse. It says the funds will be dispersed via BitGo and Kraken over a 3-day period and span a broad range of claimants including institutional lenders, U.S. customers, digital asset lenders, and general unsecured creditors. So this could pump the market a little bit because that's $5 billion that's injected that people finna
mhm.
have. So yeah, this could pump the market a little bit, especially since we're seeing a correction in the markets right now. So I can see people taking advantage of that with that extra money. Um, And then it says here recovery rates in this round vary by class, with institutional and international claimants receiving 72%, digital asset lenders and general unsecured creditors recovering 61%, and US based FTX consumers receiving 54%. Smaller claimants with approved claims under $50,000 classified as convenience claims are set to recover 120% of the allowed amount. It says, according to a recent Coinbase report, this repayment marks the first large scale distribution of stablecoins, which may offer greater stability for recipients compared to the February round, which included a mix of cash and crypto.
Mm,
It says here different market environment. So it says according to Coinbase's research team, the method and timing of these repayments could have a meaningful market impact. It says unlike the initial February 2025 round, when roughly $7 billion was distributed primarily in cash and crypto, this phase is dominated in stablecoins, giving recipients immediate reinvestment optionality. That's why I said this is better. Analysts suggest this could catalyze new flows into digital assets, especially among institutional claimants better equipped to redeploy capital quickly. They
mm,
added that the February round did little to lift digital asset prices due to subdued market sentiment, which led to the Coin 50 index closing the month down 16%. Says the report attributed the lack of response to macro economic headwinds, including tariff related uncertainty and limited crypto specific catalysts. So
mm.
that played a
Yeah.
part in it as well. So yeah, however, the exchange believes that the environment appears more favorable this time. Bitcoin recently touched a new all-time high. Institutional interest in crypto treasuries is resurgent, and U.S. lawmakers have made meaningful progress on regulatory clarity. So yeah, that'll lead me to the next article. But yeah, I think this is a great thing. That's all I was gonna talk about really was the timing, but they hit everything in this article. The timing
Mhm.
and how they're distributing it. So they're gonna distribute it in stable coins, so now people are more likely to, reallocate some of those funds into some digital assets. So yeah, that look like that's gonna happen this week. They said over a 3 day span on Kraken, and what was the other one? BitGo. BitGo and
Big
Kraken.
go. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So how you feel about that?
Yeah. Like let it happen. If it's gonna help pump, especially if it's gonna help pump the market. And like because we need that liquidity. We need that liquidity. So and then people want their bread back anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you talking about people that have 50K or more in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. And it's probably not everybody. Like there's probably people that put a lot of money in there that still ain't gonna get paid out. Sad to say. But for the ones that do and reallocate and put it back into the market, pump that shit up. Pump that shit up.
To help pump the market. And also, it's June. I believe we supposed to get rate cuts this month. That's the rumor. I don't know if it'll
Mhm.
happen, but I believe we're supposed to get rate cuts. If it'll happen, who knows? But y'all can correct me in the comments. Let me know in the comments. But I did hear June was when we're supposed to get rate cuts. So the timing definitely is immaculate. I will say that.
When's the next meeting? Do we know when the next meeting is? Do we know when the next does
Uh,
anybody know when the next meeting is? Is it soon?
somebody said Powell's supposed to retire. False news, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I could find out though. I had to make a phone call.
Yeah, I think he ain't giving up. He like that's an easy $1 million a year.
Well,
He ain't giving that shit up.
I need Trump to stop faking like Powell, the one who make fucking decisions over there. Powell, they tell that nigga what to do, what to say. He goes up there and does it. Stop faking like this nigga Powell the reason for all this shit. Like this nigga Powell don't make no damn decisions, boy.
He said he not like that. He not like that. But
Oh, so is Tune.fm moving? Jam? Is Jam moving up in price? Is that what y'all talking about in the comments? Don't leave me out the conversation. Hold
oh, it
on.
happened today. It was today.
Oh, it is up. What happens today?
The Fed. Oh, it was at 1 o'clock. Oh,
What they
it
was
must.
talking about?
They ain't cut no rates. They ain't cut no rates.
Damn sure ain't cut no rates because the market would have started moving. Yeah, I guess Tune gonna start moving because niggas starting to find out about it. I mean, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre is fucking with Tune. FM. They're producing and putting out music over there on that platform. Y'all better get hip. Y'all better take advantage of these 4 zeros. It's about to be 3 because that shit at 0. It's at got 4 zeros in front of it at 9377. So it's finna knock a 0 down here in a minute.
Yeah.
Not financial advice. Please go do your homework. I don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing and telling.
Nope.
Uh,
Sure don't. Sure
showing and
don't.
telling. I don't know a fuck thing. But yeah, that leads me some from that article. Since that article ended right here, about um where what did it say? The decision to issue repayments and stablecoins may prompt greater reinvestment into the market, especially from institutional claimants who now face fewer frictions when reallocating capital. Oh yeah, right here where it says U.S. lawmakers have made meaningful progress on regulatory clarity. So we're gonna go right into the Genius Act right here. So that leads me into this. The Genius Act negotiations heat up in the Senate. So this is what y'all really need to be paying attention to. If you at work, been halfway listening, stop working, fuck that job for a second. For 1 second, fuck that job. So here we go. It says here the Senate returns to work on Monday with the 5:30 p.m. vote on one of Trump's Defense Department nominees, but the real focus will be behind the scenes where lawmakers are working to advance the bipartisan Genius Act, stablecoin legislation that GOP leaders are hoping will pass the Senate this week. It says sources familiar with the proceedings say sponsors of the bill are working to reach a unanimous consent agreement that would allow for votes on a series of amendments without going through the full couture process. Democrats, we heard you. I just want to say this on camera. Maxine, Elizabeth, who is it? Stephen Lynch. We heard y'all. You don't like Trump. You don't want him to make money from this. Okay. The fact of the matter is that this shit is decentralized. He gonna make money from it the same way y'all made money from insider trading. Please get over it. Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all gonna make bread, yo. Y'all gonna make bread.
all here to get paid. Like, get over it, okay? Trump is already a billionaire. He's already wealthy. Y'all not stopping shit over there, okay? Y'all ain't stopping shit in the Trump household, okay? He's paid already. Get over it. He's already a wealthy man. Please get over it, okay? All right.
Yeah.
So we can continue with the article here. Um So it says here sources familiar with the proceedings said sponsors of the bill are working to reach an unanimous consent agreement that would allow for votes on a series of amendments without going through the full couture process. So it says that package would include the bipartisan stablecoin framework and could also incorporate several related proposals. New disclosure requirements for government officials holding stablecoins, a priority for Democratic. Told y'all, the Democrats is the ones in here fussing. The Democratic senator, this is Adam Schiff of California, motherfucking liberal. A ban on Chinese and foreign advisory ownership of stablecoin issuers pushed by Republican Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama. He from Alabama. He don't know a fuck. Let me shut up. And reforms to the Bank Secrecy Act. And I bet you he look up Tommy. You got your phone right there, D. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Camera. Look up Tommy. I'm trying to see how old he is because I'm about to show y'all something. Because it's really, if it's not the Democrats, it's these old ass motherfuckers and it's old ass Republicans. Tommy
Cool.
Tuberville of Alabama. He's a senator. Tommy, his last name is Tuberville. How old is he?
Tommy, Tommy Tuberville.
Of Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if he old.
He is
He better not.
70 years 70.
I was just finna say he better not be over 65. He's 70 years old. Why do we have 70-year-old people in here voting on innovation?
And he a former football coach too.
No comment. And so that's my point. Okay, so he's old as fuck. So in reforms to the Bank Secrecy Act and anti-money laundering rules backed by Republican Senator Mike Lee of Utah, a top Democrat on the Senate Banking Committee, Senator Elizabeth Warren is also expected to push for some amendments. Perhaps the biggest one to watch is the Credit Card Competition Act from Senator Roger Marshall, a controversial measure strongly opposed by banks, of course, and card networks that could reshape the credit card industry by forcing greater competition among payment processors. It says Marshall is reportedly insisting on a vote, a move that has the potential to derail a broader agreement Senator Tom Tillis of North Carolina has already warned he would withdraw his support from the Genius Act if the CCCA is attached.
Damn.
Credit Card Competition Act.
I was,
So basically, these motherfuckers are saying we need to keep people in debt.
yeah,
We
yeah.
we need to keep
I
the
mean,
credit
if we got to think about it like this: like the more people in debt, the more they can keep the game going, because we just live in a debt based society. So the more people that's fucked up out here, you know what I mean, the better, kind of.
Hey yo, they thrive off of our struggle. This shit is insane. They capitalize off of our struggle. Shit is insane, bro. It says if all sides can come to an agreement, the Senate can move quickly with votes on the bipartisan deal and other amendments, followed by limited debate and final passage of the Genius Act, potentially before the end of the week. If no agreement is reached, procedural hurdles will likely slow things down and potentially push final passage into the week of June 9th. As always, with the upper chamber, timelines can shift quickly if there's unanimous consent, but as of now, Senate staffers tell Crypto in America the path forward remains fluid.
Mm, mm.
They gotta pass it. They gotta pass it. This has to get passed. So
You think
we'll see.
this week?
This is I don't know. I don't know. They done disappointed me. So I'm not to say I done lost faith because I know they gotta pass it. I just don't know if they're gonna do it this week or I feel like are they trying to wait till they get closer to that, that ISO date? Like, are they trying to get as close as possible to that date? Like that's another thing that's going through my head because we got that July 14th date coming up
Hmm.
in a little over a month. I don't know if they're trying to just get as close to that date as possible. I'm not too sure, but yeah, they got to get this stablecoin bill passed because now we need to focus on the Fit 21 bill. And and then they just introduced this digital assets bill as well. So like we got two more bills we need to focus on. This is just a stablecoin bill. Let's just get this one right here out of the way.
Right, 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 right. Let's push this through. Let's push this through.
Yeah,
But
let's just get it done.
but they gotta keep us, on the edge of our seats.
I didn't
But
know that this was a debate in this though. So this is a new one for me, the Credit Card Competition Act. Um,
hmm
so yeah, this is strongly opposed by banks and card networks that could reshape the credit card industry. So it says it'll be greater competition among payment processors. I mean, that's what comes with it. That's the whole point of this shit, ain't it? What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what?
you know,
That's literally the fucking point. I'm confused. Like, oh my god. That's why I say I don't know what's gonna happen this week, y'all. We're gonna keep it up. We're gonna keep the updates coming because I don't know what the hell gonna happen this week. Cause y'all confusing the hell out of me. These motherfucking old people.
this is what happens. This is what happens when you got, these same archetypes of individuals still doing the same type of job. You know what I mean? Just older white men running this shit. You know what I'm saying? For the most part.
What's good? What's good, Mike? Okay, so 1 o'clock. Wait. So what happened? What did they say at 1 o'clock? Do y'all know what the conversation was? Like, cause clearly they didn't cut interest rates. So what happened at 1 o'clock? I don't know. We gotta find that out. We gotta find that out. I've been up here with y'all, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so things can get interesting though, y'all. But as far as that bill goes, you know, we'll continue to update y'all as things go by. We'll go live and try and keep up with this as best we can. I do know on Wednesday, um,
Hmm.
the Fit 21 bill is supposed to. I don't know if they're supposed to be having a conversation or a debate about it, but the Fit 21 bill, I think, is at 10 a.m. on Monday. We're gonna live stream it. I'm sorry, on Wednesday. We're gonna live stream it because I believe that's gonna be live. So we'll
Is that
mark it.
is that 10 o'clock on Wednesday?
Yeah, I believe so. I gotta confirm that. I'll put it in the Telegram, but I know it's on Wednesday. I believe it's at 10 a.m. So they're
Right.
supposed to be talking. That's why I said we have to move on to the Fit 21 bill. We still negotiating the fucking Genius Act. We can't even unless like we said before, they're trying to drag this out and do this simultaneously. They passed the Genius Act, Fit 21, and I'm sorry I can't remember the name of the digital asset bill that they just introduced last week. But unless they're simultaneously trying to pass all those bills at once, it's my only other thought process in this. Y'all let us
Mm,
know in the comments what y'all think.
yeah, I think they're gonna have to do something. They're gonna have to make a decision somewhere. Like they can't just keep kicking. Ain't nothing to kick left down the road. Ain't nothing to kick no more.
Mm-mm. Royal
You
Darkness
know?
said, "Oh, the laws coming into place soon. They are kicking the can down the road. We stay strong for sure, for sure. Keep the tunnel vision. You got to understand what's happening to
Yep.
remain patient. It's easier to remain patient and to hold on to your bags when you know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on and you just investing because you heard that this was a money grab and but you don't understand the magnitude of what's happening with the world, with the
Mhm.
financial systems and the payment rails and all that shit, you ain't gonna be able to hold. It's not gonna work for you because you don't even know what's going on. You just like, oh, I heard this stuff was gonna go up pretty significantly, so I went ahead and bought in, but you don't know what the fuck going on.
Nah, nah,
Why
nah.
is it going to be so significant? Why are they calling this a super cycle? What's so great about this bull run compared to others? If you haven't answered those questions and got your own conviction, it's going to be very hard for you to hold because you don't know what's going on.
Man, it's gonna be hard for you to go. And then you got people in here that probably don't even know what we even talking about. That,
No,
that
somebody in here just said, "What's the Fit 21 bill?" So we got to go over that because I want to answer your question.
right.
Um, I'm gonna get the exact because I don't want to Fit
And it's
20.
all good. If you don't listen, put a zero in the chat if you don't know what we talking about when we talk about any of this stuff. I'm just curious. There's a couple hundred people in here. I'm trying to see, who doesn't know, and be honest. And be honest, Joe. We don't know.
So it says the financial innovation. So that's the Fit 21 stands for Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act. So it's the bill is HR 4763. It's a bill that aims to establish a regulatory framework for digital assets in the United States. So I hope
It's,
that answers your questions.
I mean, we've talked about it time and time again. This must be your first time here because they say you keep referring to it with no background.
Because we've talked about it before, you just haven't been in the lives. So I've referred to it. We've talked about Fit 21 and explained it numerous times.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Appreciate the gifts. Appreciate the gifts. Um, but yeah. So if you don't know what we're talking about, this will be the time to stop everything that you're doing because most of it is probably BS anyway. Stop paying attention to things that don't got nothing related to you because this right here is directly related to you. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. When we talk about the new financial system and how crypto and blockchain and all this innovation, AI, listen, get just like HTX Prime said, get into the Telegram. The link is in the bio. Get into the Telegram.
Also, we got Lawrence. Lawrence said he believes they are waiting for a specific date. They are very ritualistic. 1000% agree.
Mhm.
That's a good point. They could definitely be waiting for a specific date because they definitely do rituals. Block Nation, the crypto, earn your leisure, keep pushing, fam. Hey, we better than earn your leisure. Appreciate you, Jess.
We
Appreciate. It. Let me see if I missed any comments. Uh. They have to be ready by July 14th. US has to start its ISO conversion. Right, exactly. So that's how we know they'll
Right.
get it. They're gonna get it passed. I just don't know if it'll be this week or I think in the article they mentioned the week of June 9th. So now you have a great point.
Some,
Uh
somebody just came in here and said, "What is this about?" Damn. Uh,
wait,
we went
wait,
over a whole lot, my boy. Uh,
oh man. Should do you feel like going over that today? What's going on? Like just a quick 30-second I guess summary of what is happening, what's really happening in the world. Unfortunately, the news been lying to y'all. I'm sorry to put it out there like that.
yeah,
The
yeah. Just to be frank,
media be lying to y'all.
yeah. they, they're not really telling you what's up, fam. They're telling you that all of this stuff over here is happening. A war is happening. Ukraine, Russia, whatever. Puffy, uh, sports, entertainment. We're not talking about none of that shit. Of course, some of that stuff has ties in. We talking about the whole entire system changing. The internet is literally changing in a nutshell. We are going to blockchain technology. We are going to cryptocurrency. That's probably why you heard of XLM or Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin over the past several years because all of that is going to be what the banks, institutions, Fortune 500 companies, they're all going to be using this technology, fam. You have the opportunity to not only learn about it, but invest at the ground floor if you choose to. That's
Hmm.
it's like investing in Google or Apple before it becomes widely accepted everywhere. That's what I'm
Do you
gonna
one
put in
better?
this system.
I'll do you one better. This opportunity is like invest. So the current financial system that you use right now, your current payment rails, you currently use Swift, right? We use the Swift system to move money. That's what the banks use. Okay, that is like the opportunity to invest in that system back when that system came out. So this time around, you had the opportunity to invest in the upgraded system from Swift in those payment rails. That is
Hmm.
the opportunity you have right now. And this time, this system is going to be faster because back when Swift came out, we ain't had the internet yet. So they couldn't move money faster and move it digitally and have all this influx of money just moving at the speed of light. This time around, they have the internet and they get to move this shit as fast and quickly as they want to. And so that means it's going to be way more money in the system, which is why they're calling this a super cycle. This is the biggest bull run probably in history that's getting ready to occur. And they keep fucking around because they want people to sell off. They want people to get fatigued because
Damn.
people caught on to their mess because what happened was Joe Biden he stifled innovation way too damn long. He should have went ahead and passed the stablecoin bill last year when he was supposed to, and this many people wouldn't have got in. So now we're dealing with an influx of people that don't figure this shit out, and they need them to sell the fuck off. That's really what's happening. But no,
They
but
they found out about it too late. COVID wasn't enough.
yep. So yeah, they slept on people paying attention to this shit. But what happened was a lot of people are desperate. A lot of people, this is the first time some people have lived check to check. So now people are like, I need to come up. I can't live like this. You know what I'm saying? You got people making six figures living paycheck to paycheck. We got record high credit card debt right now. We got people dipping into their 401ks. That number is the highest it's ever been for the record amount of people that's going in their 401ks to stay afloat. So we got a real problem right now. So people are looking for ways to make money. That's the reality of it. And so that's why they got to get a move on because it's just gonna be more and more people that's gonna find out about this. Because me and D, we're gonna just keep making content, we're gonna keep going live, our numbers gonna keep going up. More and more people gonna keep telling everybody what's going on. Y'all gonna tell your people, the ones that will listen, and then more and more people are gonna find out about this stuff. So that's why they got to
Right.
get a move on. Like,
All
so yeah,
right.
that's really pretty much what's going on right now. I hope that helped whoever said what we doing in here or what's going on,
No,
whatever they said.
this the same Joker that asked the question said, "I have 200K of XRP." Okay. All right. What?
All right, I'm good on that. Do you have a Telegram link? The Telegram link is in the bio. If you click the link tree, it's in the bio. Over there on YouTube.
I'm telling you, y'all keep blurting out y'all bags, fam. Y'all wilding, fam. Y'all see they kidnapping people and shit like that now.
Yeah, you might want to be careful because allegedly, yeah, because I don't got shit for real, for real. I don't.
I ain't got nothing.
I
I
ain't
ain't got
invested.
nothing.
And I don't have no money to invest for real. I'm poor. I don't have shit.
I ain't got nothing either.
So yes, they said. Let me see. That's a fact. Let me see. Appreciate you,
Press
Daniel.
press say that Joker lying. Yeah, yeah.
um. Also, I did want to bring up something else on X. I do want to talk about this real quick, just to put this into perspective while we on that topic of trying to have people understand what's really going on right now. Because these are statistics that they are not talking about on mainstream media, and it's probably because they don't want to panic the public. But y'all need to notice type of stuff is coming out. So it says here AI can cause unemployment to go to 20% in the next 1 to 5 years.
Mm.
AI can cause unemployment to go to 1 to 20. I mean, to go to 20% in 1 to 5 years. This ain't being. No one's talking about this. Um,
Yeah.
but it needs to be discussed because I don't think y'all understand. Like they're already calling for white collar jobs right here. This
Hmm.
they're saying white collar jobs are going to be gone in the next 1 to 5 years. This
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah. I mean, they said a lot of jobs are going to go away. A lot of traditional jobs are going away. You see Microsoft. was doing layoffs. Who else was doing layoffs? Business Insider was doing layoffs. I'm talking about in the past like couple days, couple weeks type shit. I'm talking about like thousands of people, like cutting like 10 to 20% of their workforce, global workforce, because
I
they don't
mean,
need certain sectors.
and nigga, they really setting up the like people for failure because they even shutting down Job Corp. I know so many
Yep.
people Job Corp saved their life
Yep.
that niggas would have been in jail or dead if it weren't for Job Corp. Because what they and this is what I really feel like they doing. They took away Job Corp. That's a big deal, and I don't know why ain't nobody talking about it. Job Corp, for real, them taking that away means they either want you to go to the military or they want you in the streets.
Out in the
Okay,
streets. I was just about to say out in the
they want you
streets,
in the
man.
streets, one or the other. And this ain't got nothing to do with race. Cause white people, y'all got y'all own shit in the streets too. Whatever the fuck y'all be having going on in them trailer parks and shit. Like y'all got some shit going on
Uh-huh.
too. Cause y'all a lot of don't get it twisted. And Job Corps ain't just for niggas.
No,
It's
no, no, no.
for
They
every
listen.
race.
There's
Like,
people out here suffering that need that opportunity for sure.
yeah, like that's for every race of people. If you go to Job Corp, you see what type of niggas be coming out of Job Corp. It's every race of people that uses Job Corp. And
Yeah.
the fact that they're getting rid of Job Corp is very telling. That shit is like wow.
Yeah, fam. Yeah, fam. Like
Yeah,
I
see,
don't know what's coming.
Get It Done said Job Corp definitely was a great opportunity. I went there back in the day. See what I'm saying? It like even if it just got you started in life,
Mhm.
it shit helped niggas. It definitely did.
Noble said either jail or UBI. Shit.
Sheesh.
Damn. I mean, that's why we get on live, as frequently as we do, and we tell y'all like change y'all orders of operation with this shit. Change y'all identities. Try to purpose out here, man, because shit is changing up fast and in a hurry, right? Um. Oh yeah, we there was that one article about the SEC and meme coins. We didn't go over that, did we?
These niggas at this point should know not to invest in meme coins. I don't even know why we got to go over that, but I guess we can. like, like, god damn. Like you should know to
Now
invest in meme coins at your own risk, but whatever.
we got newbies here. We got newbies here. You know what I'm saying? So meme coin investors should not be looking into, to the SEC for protection. Cause you mentioned oh boy, that's what I'm saying. You mentioned oh boy that rug pulled everybody. So so the SEC, the Security Exchange and Commission, will not come to their aid if you lose money. So the commissioner, Hester Pierce, said on Friday, generally it's good for people to know I should not be looking to the SEC for protection in this area when it comes to meme coin investing, right? Because meme coins are outside SEC regulatory scope. Many of the meme coins that are out there probably do not have a home in the SEC under our current set of regulations. And they also said back in at Bitcoin 2025, here is something where I saw a lot of interest out in the world in meme coins, and it said, and it made sense for us to say, people, if you are expecting the SEC protection around these, you should not expect that. So basically, they're saying, yo, we're not going to come cover for you if you get involved with meme coins, right? And we've seen a lot of celebrities in the past get in trouble for pumping shit and coins and shit like that. So listen, be careful when it comes to the meme coins.
Hey,
I
see,
know it can make you a lot of money. I know it can make you a lot of money because shit ton of meme coins on Solana or whatever blockchain that's making a lot of money for people. But be careful. Be careful. Know the risk. That's what we're saying, right?
mhm.
Because who was homeboy? Homeboy was talking shit about XRP. He said he rug pulled everybody.
He is he was pumping this coin or promoting this coin, Zebeshian or something on Phantom Wallet,
Right.
and um, you know, trying to just basically get that crowd. Because what's happening is, and this is why I don't respect that because what he's doing is taking advantage of people who have probably been holding XRP. Because I think one of his videos he made, I don't know if he said he sold his XRP or something. I don't pay that much attention to him. He just been happening to pop up on my damn timeline. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but he's taking advantage of people who are pretty much getting tired of holding XRP. And these are people that are just trying to just make a quick buck. They probably been holding XRP for 5, 6 years. XRP should have went up by now. and they pretty much got in Zebek. They've made a significant amount of profits, and he's just trying to take advantage of that situation. And I don't respect that because that's like taking advantage of people's emotions, and I don't respect people who do that. So that's to me it's messed up, and then you're gonna rug pull them. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
no respect.
So it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be something. So just be careful. I know. Listen, I know Trump is a meme coin as well for sure, but you know it's different. He the president. He can do whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but he could
Um,
put utility behind his token like he did, which is why he
right.
had dinner. Because it's like, okay, if I hold this token, this gave me access to the White House, which gave me access to the president. Appreciate the gift, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate. But yeah, so it's like
Appreciate that.
he can have a meme coin because at any point in time, at the end of the day, I don't care how you feel about Trump, he could put utility behind his token whenever he feels like it.
Yeah,
He
he
could,
the president. He
yeah,
the
he the president.
president.
So that's a different type of. So it's like me, I hold a couple of Trump coins just for the hell of it because it's like why not?
Hmm.
I don't care if it was Joe Biden that had a meme coin, I would have bought it. He's the fucking president. So
Thank you.
um yeah, that's like the only meme coin exception, like really. And then like Chronos ecosystem, because we know that they gonna have their time. So I got a meme coin over there. But I'm not too big on the meme coins though. I'm not too big on the meme coins.
Yeah, just be careful. But you know, some of the meme coins, that's I think the people be looking at it on the other side, like, yo, some of the meme coins be doing like 30, 40, 50, 60 X's and shit like that. So that's why they be so gun ho on that shit.
Hmm.
But just know that they all ain't gonna go crazy, fam. They not.
Yeah.
They're
So
not.
be careful, be wary. That's pretty much what Hester Pierce is over there telling y'all um at the SEC that they is not coming to save y'all. So do not come to them bitching is pretty much what she's saying.
Yeah,
Don't come to them
yeah.
with the trauma. Y'all knew the risk when y'all got in. Please be an adult about it. So, and that's I 100% agree with her on that. And that's very rare that we agree with the SEC because,
Well, they under new management now, so it's different now. It's different now. They
yeah,
under new management. You know what I mean? They don't got Gary up in there and shit. You know what I mean? So
exactly. So, but yeah, we'll keep up with these bills and the progress and where they at. Since we look like we got some motion this week, regarding that. Y'all listen, y'all be careful. Listen, y'all folks at these jobs, because I gotta circle back to that real quick. Listen, they're telling you in 1 to 5 years, unemployment is going to be at 20%. They didn't say five, they said 1 to 5 years. Unemployment is going to be at 20%. They said white collar jobs are basically going to be gone. Okay, so this is how you got to look at it. Like every day you go to work, you're on. It's an imaginary clock up there, and you're getting laid off. I don't know when, but it's an imaginary clock up there, and your ass is grass. Okay,
mm,
they are telling y'all like they are not gonna need a lot of these jobs. And now, and this jobs coming in, absolutely. But guess what? You got to reskill for them. Oh, Coop in here.
yeah.
Coop in here. I ain't even
What
seen Coop.
up?
You seen Coop was in here. Coop,
Nah, nah, nah.
what it do, Coop? Yeah, somebody said they say 20%. It's really 40. I can't do that. What's good, Coop?
What's good?
Sometimes I like to just sit amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the fun happens is in the chat.
Yeah, for real. The chats be fun. That's what me and D was talking about. Yeah, the chats be fun as
Nah,
hell. The
cool.
comment section.
Cool. Ash was just talking about the job corps shit.
The chat be wild.
Yeah. What you say? Yeah, hey, that Job Corp shit, Coop. You knew about that Job Corp shit?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I just found out about it today. What's up with that?
we were supposed to, it was supposed to be in play for, being shut down by the end of the month, but they abruptly just shut it down. But I mean, obviously, it's a
Damn,
lot of
on the
ways
30th.
to be able to look at it. I don't get into the conspiracy side of it, but with that being said, China does have 1 million extra bodies that we don't have in the military. China got like 3 million. We got like
so they finna
2.1.
so they forcing niggas in the military then.
Not necessarily, but
Well, it's taking away that option because it's like now, okay, right. It's no Job Corp, so it's like military or McDonald's.
Right. is a most people don't really understand prison is a privatized industry, so you know they got to figure out a way to keep that going. And then when it comes to skill set, so you figure when you start, anytime you see anything start making rapid changes, you gotta like really dive deeper into like why those rapid changes are happening. So when you start seeing colleges, like major colleges, Ivy League colleges, giving out, like just scholarships to everybody or having open enrollment, it really just means that less people are going to be going to college because, Kanye told us a long time ago, those pieces of paper ain't really worth nothing. Now, if you really look at what Job Corps, what Job Corps trained people to be, Job Corps is one of the largest education groups that's training people for jobs that will survive this AI, automation, autonomy, this whole Armageddon that's coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you can eliminate that from Job Corps, you can then turn that into a business for people who actually have to pay for those skills versus just giving them away. So
times are changing. Yeah, it definitely is. It's all on perspective. Somebody in the comments on YouTube said Trump sending money for trade school. I was looking at something before we got on live, and they was talking about how many high schoolers are have picked up a trade while they was in high school, and they coming out of high school making 70K. So I know they trying to circle back to trade school. So that's a good thing. It's just these kids. What I'm noticing with these kids compared to like when we was probably in school, is that these kids don't give a fuck. Like, I gotta be completely, I gotta be completely honest with y'all. Like these kids for real don't give a fuck. Like that's one thing I know. I was at my nephew high school graduation, and I was just looking at like how many of them you could tell just in the cap and gown they don't give a fuck. Like they people asking them, yeah, what you gonna do next? They like I don't know, I don't know. I think I'm
Damn.
bitch. I don't know. I'm just gonna figure it out. I'll just probably go to
Yeah.
the movie theater. Like I'm just like, God damn. I feel like when I graduated high school, which wasn't that long ago, I'm only 31. It was like if you weren't going to the military, you was going to community college. If you weren't going to community college, you was going to barber school or hair school. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like niggas was like at least tried to have somewhat of a plan, even if it didn't work out. Not saying everybody did, but these kids just like, yeah, I don't know.
The illusion is up. Like, there was an illusion. I'm older than you. Mm-hmm. So the illusion was higher when I graduated of like, oh, if you actually went to college, you may be able to find a better job. When you graduated, it was less of an illusion. Like now they can look deep down in their family and be like, for the people who in families where everybody went to college, they like, damn, ain't nobody no farther along with a double masters and double bachelors than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. They see their parents or they see their aunties and uncles have, like you said, a double masters or even a doctorate, and they struggling. So it's like, what's the point?
It's hard to trick people at 3-card money when the cards is face up.
Hey, that's why I know that they gearing up this new system to really get some type of control, because I had a deep thought this morning. You know how sometimes in the morning you have a download when you wake up, and I was like, damn, in the next like 15, maybe 20 years or less, the boomers are gonna pretty much be done, like, they're gonna start dying out, or they're gonna just be, they ain't gonna really be too much of a, now I don't want to say what's the right word, they ain't gonna be too much of a had too much say so in society.
Like influence. They ain't gonna have
influence. There we go. Influence in society, right? So I was like, yo, in that time frame, bro, the world is gonna be so different, because that whole MLK mentality where, like, these people are scared to overthrow the government and shit like that. Like everybody's figured out that, okay, both parties suck. I think most people in general, besides the people that still brainwashed, can agree that the Republicans and Democratic parties trash, right? So it's like, okay, well, what the fuck are we voting for? Because these are the only two motherfuckers we vote for. So at a point in time, Gen Z and the generation after them, it's like, oh no, we just finna, we not dealing with this shit. I feel like they gonna try and like overthrow the government. So I feel like they trying to get control for the next like 10, 20 years before that happens, because they know that Gen Z and the generation after them don't give a fuck. All that MLK mentality and we're gonna use unity and let's hold hands and we're gonna figure this out. That shit is over. That shit is
Mm.
dying the fuck out, literally. And I think they trying to gain control of that, but within the next 10 years, because listen, that shit is over. All that, oh, we ain't gonna fight back. Oh, okay. Fuck around with these white ends. These white ends gonna fight back.
Nah, nah,
these,
nah, these
these,
niggas don't
these
care.
white ends is, yeah. They we got
Yeah.
hidden gems to come up. Hold on. They saying you don't need college getter for jobs now, so that's why college is not valuable. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, college degrees. You trying to say college degrees? Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You needed college. Actually, if you look at um, you know, if you start at the wealthiest and work your way down, the wealthiest of the wealthy got a sixth grade education,
Yeah.
and then the people that work for them graduated high school, and then the people that work for them graduated college.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because it's like, if to me, I was telling D this earlier. If you ain't going to school for like to be like in the medical field or something, because even when I was going to college, they was telling niggas, that was trying to be lawyers, like, yeah, y'all know that field oversaturated, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you going to school, I was talking to my nephew about that. I'm like, y'all got to be strategic, because for real, it ain't no point of y'all really to go unless you're going for like in a Pacific field where you actually need to go. But majority of this shit, you don't need to go to college.
Say you don't even need to go no more.
And even then, you gotta like that's what they never tell anybody, right? Like you almost need a business degree. If you go to college for anything, you almost need a business degree, because everybody, there's no class when you go to law school that teaches you how to start your own practice and how to collect money from criminals you represented. Like you don't just go get a law degree and then go work at somebody's law office. They only taking the best.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you got to start your own law
practice.
practice, but that's a business. You got to figure out how to get clients. Then you got to figure out how to make certain that those clients pay you. That's for anything. That's like doctors. When they can't go work at a hospital, that's why you see people go start their own little private practice. But even that's a business. Okay, how do you get clients after that? So
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. AI and robots will be the doctors and engineers. Hey, I already seen. Yeah, D, was it you that showed me that article about China opening up that hospital with them AI
Yeah.
doctors?
Yeah. They got the AI doctors and nurses and stuff like that. They in full throttle, fam. That's why Jamie Dimon said, "Yo, China up next, fam. They up next. They on our ass." What and cool? What you call China last night? Because they already did it.
yeah, they already did it.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We so far behind over here. That's why I'm like. That's why I'm looking like them doing this genius act and all. I'm just looking like, are y'all serious? Like, how much further do y'all want to be behind? Because it's like, damn, like everybody gonna have flying cars but us. I'm just using that as an example. But I'm just
Fam,
like, God damn, bro. Like,
fam. They know. I was out yesterday. And it was a whole bunch of Asians. It was a whole Asian family. A couple of them niggas had laptops, computers. They was getting on computers. They had their aunties, uncles. I was like, damn, yo, why can't we do that for us? You know what I'm saying? So nah, it should be wild. It should be
yeah,
wild, fam. Like we just so far behind. It's ridiculous. But listen, the few that's involved with what we talking about, hopefully, you trying to get as many people on board as possible. And if they're not listening to you, you're gonna have to make some decisions real soon, whether who you want to be around or not, for sure.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, y'all just be strategic. I definitely would talk to these kids coming out of high school, and especially if it's they your kids, that's your money.
Oh yeah,
That they need to
that's
be,
a fact.
don't be sending your child to school and they say they want to major in liberal arts or some shit. Cause I'm sorry, they need to stay their ass at home.
But
Don't
yeah,
be,
yeah, they could
don't be,
do liberal arts at home. They could
sending
do
out no
that.
Parent Plus loan for no damn liberal arts.
Yeah, you better take your ass to YouTube or TikTok for that shit.
Kids that video games don't pay the bill should be prosecuted.
Yeah, because there's kids out here. I was just telling my nephew that yesterday. I said, man, because they was playing this
Yeah.
game for hours yesterday, bro, hours. I said, man, if y'all don't get on Twitch and start streaming and make some money while you sitting here playing this game for 6-7 hours out the day, like y'all don't hop
Yeah,
on
that
Twitch,
was
bro. Like
that's
that's insane.
crazy. Jokers
Oh,
be
we
on there
got,
for hours playing the game.
we got Sid. Sid want to come up right quick, and then after that, I want to Sid up here too. Can y'all do a chart analysis, Coop?
Oh yeah,
For
facts,
sure.
facts.
What's good, Sid? Oh, she
What's
coming up.
good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Talk to us. We gonna talk back. Yeah, what up, cool? What up, though? I'm at work, man. I'm on the slave shit, but I was listening. I just want to tell y'all.
Please tell them where you at. Please tell them where you at, Sid, so that they know this is coming firsthand.
Bro, I'm in the Bay Area right now. I work in Cali. I'm in healthcare, frontline. But frontline, yeah.
There we go.
The metal blockchain. I just want y'all to know about the metal block. Don't play around. I've got 5-6 people onboarded that I work with, and before you could just go in, create your WebOff wallet, connect to the MetalX platform, and start using it. Now, whenever they created their accounts and they go in, you go in to authenticate your account on MetalX.com. Now it's not authenticating accounts automatically anymore. You got to send them an email. They see in if it's a person on the other side of these accounts. They tightening up.
Damn. Yeah, I know it's getting real.
KYC soon. Yeah, they want all your KYC, and you got to send them an email and say, hey, I've done the process. And like it's fast once you do it. Like within 20-30 minutes, they had their emails, but they are not approving these accounts automatically anymore.
Damn.
Once you initially get on and you put in your information, they're verifying it, but they're trying to see if it's a human behind it.
Wow.
Damn,
it pays early. I'm glad we already had got in, but y'all see that's what you got to do, and that's gonna discourage people because people ain't gonna want to have to take those extra steps to
They're not
get it. They already halfway want to do it.
Because the people that I got on, when I see that, I did theirs on like a Thursday. By this was last week. By the next week, they still hadn't been on. So fast forward to today, I had them all this morning when I got to work. I had them all send their emails, and now all of them are all in.
Damn. Okay, so y'all heard that here first. Appreciate that heads up, Sid. Hey, Sid, since you on the front line, can you tell these people that that the hospital is changing? I said hospital. I sure did. I'm from North Carolina.
It's hospital for sure going on in healthcare. They haven't given us liberty to say exactly, but they're changing the departments, payroll, everything's getting different. They're watching folks for you calling in, like they finding any reason to get rid of everybody. So when they onboard this new system,
and that's something that they used to didn't do. I just want y'all to know that wasn't like a thing at the hospital.
No,
when they won't check it for
watch shit like that.
Yeah, they ain't care if you was 30 minutes late for work. That won't like a thing. Like
but in the healthcare, like they're buckling down on it. ERs, all of that stuff. So our folks is big bad because they're watching like the clock ends now. And I think they're watching them so closely because of the whole ZVEC AI. They're incorporating this stuff. Everything is going to be on you. It'll be all up to you. Our time card, where our nurses and techs and stuff clock in, all of that's getting upgraded right now. They're putting in new, I don't even know what the fuck they're putting in, but it's like badge access instead of punching in time anymore.
Wow.
So it's gonna catch your body coming across that threshold.
Wow. So there you go. Yeah, because that's crazy. Because most of my I got some nursing. So I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna say too much. But they used to be late. They gotta be on time now. So can't be out here fucking around. Yeah, be out here fucking around. But yeah.
You gotta be here. They getting us ready for rough flu season, colder flu season. Like,
hey, appreciate the super chat over there. Appreciate the super chat.
All
Um,
right, y'all. I got
I-
meetings to get to.
all right.
All
Appreciate you.
right.
Appreciate you, Sid.
All right, so yeah, cool. We want to do this chart analysis. Let's do a chart now. I want to, I want to do Bitcoin. Can you tell these folks what's going on with Bitcoin? Let's start off with BTC. I know that's your specialty.
Yeah. You know, they all just candlesticks to me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna figure out what's going up or down and make money either way.
facts.
Let me pull this up.
Get this
All right,
chart
so
analysis.
Bitcoin is currently in a Bitcoin is currently in a downtrend channel, which typically breaks out to the upside. We just got to see if it's gonna hold where it is currently. Extra volume is coming in. I'm looking at the hourly chart. If I go over to the daily chart, really Bitcoin looked like it could be creating a head and shoulder. So right now I would, which is reverse, right? Because last week we were seeing the stock market go down and we were seeing Bitcoin going, go up. This week, the stock market looked like it could be set to maybe make a turnaround and get back up to this 600 level, 598, 597, 600 level, and Bitcoin looked like it could be getting ready to maybe sell off, which could obviously is going to drag the entire crypto market down with it. Yesterday, I did like that little move that crypto did, because on Saturday, I was telling people that crypto looks like it's getting weaker, and it looks like it's getting ready to reverse. With Bitcoin, we might see the 100K level, 96 level. The floor could be like that 86 level. But
God
it,
damn.
it ran yesterday, which wasn't really a run, right? So I was watching Bitcoin and I was watching ZBEC. And so Bitcoin went from, that 4,000 level that it was at, it was like 104.1, kind of where it is now. And then it went over to 105. But then I started getting alerts on my phone that was saying like Bitcoin over 105. And I'm like, well, why are they telling people, like, why they sending alerts for 105? Like 105 is a big deal. And then ZBEC ran, but they was all running within the trend line, so I knew they was coming back down. And then ZBEC came back down another 12%. Bitcoin came back down. They all hit the top of the trend line and reversed. So they really was just sucking in liquidity for people who didn't know no better, and was like, okay, so everything about to take off again. They put all of that money in and they got trapped up there at the top. So so that's just where it's at, where it looks like we're at right now. Bitcoin could possibly make this inverse head and shoulders, and come down and finish start a new Elliott wave, because it looked like we just might have finished the Elliott wave, so we might be on a correction wave now, and that can really just happen. Maybe if stocks go up, it does reverse what it did last week. People take money out of what Bitcoin had became, which was a safe haven, and they start putting it into less riskier assets, which would be the stock market. So we could see that. But like we all know, those just buying opportunities. Obviously, if that does happen, 107 is what everybody should be looking for, though. Like when it comes to Bitcoin, 107 is like 107 and a half is what we should be looking for. We should be looking for a daily close over 107 if the market wants to continue up. If it doesn't close over 107 and a half, so 107.5, if it stay under that, then we really just in a trading range waiting to close this cup. And so, like I said, we could definitely see 100. We could see 96, 94, 86 if it really just break, and obviously that could happen with like Ukraine and the Russia war, and that whole thing escalating with the drones, and so it can definitely happen.
Okay, so y'all heard it. Y'all see the catalyst. So be expecting a pullback. and yeah, go from there. Have you? I ain't no financial advisor, but I
Nah,
don't
but
know too much. But
listen. We just bring the people on that be doing what they do in their lane, and Coop is always looking at the charts 24/7, and he been hitting Barry Bond numbers ever since I can remember. So hey,
for
it is
sure.
what it is.
For sure. So yeah, we got to see, yeah, because it could be different catalysts too, y'all. So yeah, just be paying attention to the news. That's why you got to pay attention to the news. That's why a lot of people be out here effed up when they investing because they ain't paying attention to the news either. But yeah, make sure y'all paying attention. Appreciate you for that, Coop. That
No,
seemed
for
pretty
sure.
accurate to me, brother. So yeah, appreciate we had somebody that just joined on YouTube. They just became a member of our curious group. So appreciate you for
Clap it
becoming a
up.
member for
You
sure.
gotta put the little you can go into your settings here on TikTok and put the things at the bottom where you could put the applause and the cheers and all of that.
Oh, okay. I gotta
Oh
play.
yeah, yeah. I've been forgetting about that, yo.
Oh head, I don't know how to do none of this. Gotta go into the settings and do what?
It's so it's go. I think you go into the settings and I think it's like effects. It'll say effects, like audio effects, and then you will see a bunch of them, and then you gotta like pick them. Like you just pick the ones that you want to show up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm gonna have to play with that when I get off here. But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
when you do it, go live, but just put it in test mode because you can't add it if you're not live.
if you're not like okay, yeah, I'll do that for sure. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming in. That's all the updates we have for right now. Like we said, we'll keep an eye on the Genius Act, the Fit 21 bill, see what Congress got going on with that, because they could change at any moment. You never know with Congress. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't know if Jerome was supposed to retire. If Jerome retires, we might hop back on here because I'm gonna be happy as a motherfucker. Um if Jerome retires, just because I know yeah, that's word on the street. I don't know how true it is, but I know that's what Trump wants. So if that's what yeah,
that's what he wants.
yeah, that's what he wants. Is he gonna get it? I don't know, but but we'll see what's going on with that, or if they cut rates or whatever. So y'all make sure y'all paying attention to that. I don't know if they cut rates today.
I did see a report from Jerome Powell where he said to Trump, first off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. West Side when we ride, come and quit with game. I did see that report.
Oh my god, you is stupid. But yeah, y'all. So
Oh man.
yeah, we'll definitely keep an update. What I do know is the Genius Act and Fit 21. They're gonna be talking about that this week, so we're gonna be keeping an eye on that. That's what I do know. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll keep y'all posted. Make sure you get in the Telegram. Make sure y'all have an exit strategy. Make sure y'all getting educated on DeFi. All that stuff is the link is in the bio. Exit strategy courses, DeFi. Just
Yep.
learning how to maneuver and all that. Make sure y'all making plans to keep your wealth. Don't just be cashing the money out and spending it and it ain't making no money for you. So yeah, make sure y'all getting put on game with that. But yeah, other than that, we'll see y'all on the next live.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you, Coop.
Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
All right.